So Kathryn, you know I've been on this bonsai kick for the last couple of weeks, so I've been thinking about plants that I have in the yard that could make good bonsai, and I noticed this one. Unfortunately my tripod hasn't arrived, so bear with me. The trunk on this has a nice taper to it. It's pretty wide at the bottom, comes up, got some nice texture to the trunk. This is a Rose of Sharon. I don't love this tree because it drops a million little seedlings that I'm always having to get rid of. They drive me crazy. But basically, I think this could make a nice bonsai tree. It's deciduous, as in it dies back and loses its leaves every year. It's healthy. It clearly buds from old wood. So what I'm planning to do is to make this the trunk, bring it up here, make this branch here the leader. So I'm going to cut it off here, and so when it's all over and done with, this thing will stand maybe 2 foot tall. That branch is going to go. A lot of these other branches are going to go. So I'm going to hack away and then show you the result. So that's all that's left. So I'm operating off the theory that this is a many-year project, and really I'm looking for a good trunk with a good taper. Let's focus on that. So a lot of these straight edges that I've just cut off with loppers can be refined with a Dremel or hand carved just to make them flatter and more elegant. What I'm going to do now is actually dig it up and put it back, because I want to trim the roots back so they don't get out of control. Again, this might be a mistake. Some people might say let it recover from this. I don't have any paste to put on the cuts to seal them. So there's a lot that I'm not doing right here, but I might get away with it. We'll see. I'm really out of shape, man. I just dug up this root mess here. You can see I've dug up quite a lot. I'm gonna hack away at this, refine it, shorten it. I might actually put it in a tub, just so we can watch it together. We'll see, but basically I'm gonna try to reduce the size of this root ball. So it's out of the ground. This is the root ball. It's pretty substantial. I want to flatten it so that it grows outwards and not down. There's a couple of thick roots here that I'm going to be cutting out. And I'm just going to be trimming back a lot of this very long root growth just to try to keep it compact. But I'm really surprised as to how compact it is. It's a pretty rampant plant. I always cut these back a couple of times in a season. But yeah. So I decided I'm going to pot this up. Why? Because I'm impulsive. That's really the only reason. I've got this pot here. It is a mica oval pot. Why am I using this pot? Well, really one reason, it is literally the only bonsai pot that I have. I don't even have just a regular plastic pot that shrubs come in. So I figured I'd use this. I can at least tell you about some of the principles, Kathryn, of how you put this together. These mesh things cover the holes that are needed for drainage. I'm going to put some wire up here to anchor this into the pot. Ordinarily, I think if you were growing this on, you'd put it back in the ground, or you'd put it in a big pot with more like regular soil. I'm going to use potting compost because it's literally all I have over there. I could use dirt from the ground. I'm going to add some perlite to it just to give it a bit of lightness so that it drains better, because I don't want it to get waterlogged in the pot. And yeah, this is not how a bonsai master would do it. But hey, I'm your dad. I'm not a bonsai master. So I put the wire through the holes. I covered the holes with the mesh. I've taken some potting compost and added some perlite to it because it's the only thing that I have that would give it any graininess and improve the drainage. This goes in here. If a bonsai, not even an expert, were to watch this video, they would be mortified. But hey, we're having fun, right? Okay, I'm gonna compact this down. I'm gonna get this situated into the pot. I'm not too concerned about the front and the back. I'm more concerned about it just getting nicely situated in there, because right now it's just about getting more root development, making sure this survives after the hacking that I put it through, and we will take it from there. So this is the stump in the pot. I brought some wire up and over, and basically I'm going to twist the wire, which kind of comes up here and through here, and it's going to anchor it in place so it won't wobble around, and then I'm going to backfill it with dirt. So here's the wire. I've tightened it up. I'm now just going to cut it off, and this piece can just get tucked under here, but that's going to stop it from kind of falling out of the pot or getting blown out of the pot. Okay, so if you look, I think this is going to be the front. Okay, so obviously this is just so early days. It seems silly almost to talk about front and back and everything, but I like the fact that we can lean it slightly this way. This root here is going to look like it's pulling the tree back upright, so that'll feed into this whole kind of subtle curve here that we're going to accentuate with this new leader up here. But this root, you can see, goes straight out, so I only have this thin wire. So what I've done is I've attached a wire to this root here, pulled it down to this root here, and then it went up to this root here. So the net effect is that this is now curving down, this is curving down. I've tucked this one under here. I don't know if we'll need any of these. This one was just going straight across there like that. So what I've done is I've attached the end of that one to the end of that one to kind of pull it that way. So again, who knows what of these roots are going to be useful, if this tree is even going to survive. We'll see, but I'm having fun. My next step is to, I'm just going to use this old paintbrush, basically just to make sure that the soil is compacted. I'm going to use my fingers just to make sure that it gets pushed down to fill up any air spaces. You don't want air spaces because that will cause the roots to die back. So let me spend some time on that. So this is it done. I put less of the perlite in this soil on the top. I hope it's not too rich, this compost, but we'll see. This is just me trying things out. I'm gonna brush this off here. I went into the woods over there and I picked some moss out of the lawn, of which there's tons up there, and I'm gonna put it on top here for one reason. Well, two, it looks good, but it also will hold in the moisture. You want it to be loose soil so it drains and doesn't become, you know, allow conditions for rot, but you want it to not dry out too quickly. So that will help with that. So that is the finished result. I'm kind of pleased with the overall effect. You see how the moss is pushed in here to give a nice solid top to it, so all the dirt isn't going to splash out. I really try to compact it down well. Yeah. We will see how this progresses. I will keep you updated.